YouTube, what's going on? It's Rob with Sprayer Splash Fragrance Reviews, and this is going to be my vacation fragrances video. If you're interested in finding out what fragrances I've selected, please stay tuned. So to me, when you pick a fragrance for vacation, it has to have a little extra oomph. I think for the most part, most warm weather fragrances are, and I'm speaking on vacations during, summer vacations, warm weather vacations, or warm weather destinations. And I think fragrances made for that time typically are uplifting fragrances. They tend to put you in a good mood. But when you're going on vacation, in my opinion, you want something that kind of takes it like one step further. And I think I've got some fragrances here that do that. And I feel like they really put you in the mood of being on vacation, that laid back. You don't really have anything specific that you have to do. It's more, what you want to do, or maybe you just want to relax by the pool and then maybe do something in the evening. Whatever the case may be, I think I've got some that'll fit the bill. So here you go. First fragrance is from the house of Les Artisans Parfumés, and this is Batucada. Batucada is, in my opinion, it was Baccarat Rouge 540 before Baccarat Rouge 540 came to be. I'm pretty sure this fragrance predates it. And what it basically is that really like sugarcane feel. However, the difference with this fragrance is at the heart of the fragrance, you have like a floral note, and then you've also got like this really nice rum accord, and it's also slightly green. So it does have like a truly like tropical island almost feel to it. I think it's perfect for vacation. It to me, it puts you in the mind state of, sitting by the bar, waiting to get like a really nice drink, totally relaxed, shorts, flip flops, whatever you can think of for that scenario, just totally relaxed. I think this fragrance fits the bill. It's not a beastly fragrance. It's like a 5-hour fragrance. But when you're on vacation like that, you're never really going to be anywhere more than a couple hours. So I think it's perfect. One I highly recommend from the house of Les Artisans Parfumés. This is Batucada. Here's one from the house of Juliet Maud. This is Aqua Sextus. This fragrance is it's unique because I think if you look at the title, Aqua Sextus, just looking at aqua, I think the average person is going to think of blue, marine, maybe salty, sea note, ocean, something. Ambergris is going to be something to that effect. Where this fragrance is different, it would be like to take that as the backdrop, but in the very center, drop in some mint, drop in some eucalyptus. Totally gives it a different feel than what you might expect, but it's a perfect fragrance to put you in the vacation, state of mind. It performs well. It's not beastly, but it performs well. And currently you can get this at a pretty reasonable price. I know at one point this was like in the high twos, but I think now you can probably cop this great market for like 150, between 150 to like 180, somewhere in that ballpark, or even cheaper. Comes in a 50 ml bottle. Nobody talks about it that much, but it's a very interesting fragrance, and it's definitely to the left of the average aquatic fragrance. So one that's interesting in my opinion. It's got a lot more going on than this what I've described, but do your research and see if this is something that might fit the bill for you. I think it's a great choice or option for vacation. So again, from the house of Juliet Maud, Aqua Sextus. From the house of Virtus, this is Fresh Orient. I really believe this fragrance was directly inspired by Un Jardin sur l'Anil by Hermes. Not, that's just my personal opinion. Was it for sure? I can't say, definitively, but that's what I think. But what you guys may know about Un Jardin sur l'Anil, this is that fragrance toned down. To me, Un Jardin sur l'Anil is nuclear. The bottle that I have, I can't go more than 3 sprays or it kind of will give me a headache. This is not like that. This is, toned down quite a bit. Now, for those that don't know, it's a very, very green fragrance where you would say maybe like green leaves, green grass, the note of lily, jasmine. It's got like musk, amber, cedar. It's I guess it's a slightly different vacation destination in regard to smell. It's not tropical, it's not palm trees, coconuts, beachy, but it still has a vacation vibe to it. So I think it works. It's one I'm, recommending. I think a lot of people would actually enjoy this fragrance. And, again, I think it's a great option for vacation. So from the House of Virtus, Fresh Orient. Next fragrance is a fragrance that I'm really excited to have in the collection. I've mentioned it once before, but I've never done like an individual review of the fragrance. That's something that I do want to do for this one. This is from the House of Hermes. This is El Hombre des Marvelas. Okay, so this is supposed to be like a black tea incense fragrance, and I'm gonna describe it in a very generic way. It smells like a tropical fruit Jolly Rancher. Please do not let that generic description, cheapen your idea or opinion of what you think the fragrance might be. I mean that in the best possible way. Take that term, Jolly Rancher, and just totally elevate it through the roof. It smells incredible to me. I mean, it's got sweetness. It's got a little bit of woods. It's got a sparkle. It is a great unisex fragrance, and one that I'm so surprised that more folks do not talk about. I mean, it's definitely an uplifting, put you in a good mood, vacation fragrance, warm weather fragrance. It's a stunner to me. And I'm just so surprised that I don't really see people talk about it, in FragCom. But it's one that I really, really enjoy, and I highly encourage you to get your nose on it. It's not juvenile at all. That's the only thing that I can think of as far as a smell to point to. That a picture of a Jolly Rancher from when I was a kid, the tropical fruit Jolly Rancher popped into my head, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what it smells like, but just elevate that. That's what I'm talking about. This one is a really, really nice one that I'm so happy to have in the collection. El Hombre des Marvelas, Hermes. Great option from the House of Atelier des Ors. This is Riviera Sunrise. Spoken of this fragrance a few times before in the past. Very happy, uplifting summer fragrance. Really nice citrus. It's got orange blossom. It's got a floral component. It's also got basil in the heart, which kind of makes it a little bit interesting. I also think it's got like lily in the fragrance too. So it's one that men and women can both wear. And because it's got like a really nice sweet component, I think it really works for vacation time. It's not juvenile at all. It's a refined, classy fragrance that I think a lot of folks would really enjoy. And again, it's perfect for vacation. So what I'm going to highly recommend from the House of Atelier des Ors, this is Riviera Sunrise. From the House of Atelier Cologne, this is Cedrat Environt. Folks don't really talk about this one as much as they used to when it first hit the scene, but this is a very, tart, lime-forward fragrance that's got I guess you would say a really nice gin accord at the very heart of the fragrance. It does come off like a mixed drink. It has vacation all over it. It performs well. And Atelier, in regard to their citrus notes, they're so accurate. They're so realistic. You know, they do that very, very well. And this is one that I highly recommend. If you can still get it, I don't know if this has been discontinued or not, but it's one that I used to wear a whole lot. And it's definitely got vacation vibes all through it. So one I'm highly recommending from the House of Atelier Cologne, Cedrat and Varant. From the House of Matriarch, this is Albatross. I don't know if you can make that out. I don't know if it'll focus or not. But this is one I've had for quite some time. And this is like a 15 mil. I know it comes in a 15 and also a 50. And I think they also sell like 2 mil samples. Pretty expensive fragrance. One I don't speak of a whole lot. This is definitely vacation worthy. What you get with this fragrance is a very, very like salty, aquatic, almost you can even say like briny. It's got it's got a driftwood note. It's got cork, like cottonwood and something else. It's very, very reminiscent of being on the shore of, you know, the like west or east coast for the United States, right by the ocean, whether you're by the Atlantic or by the Pacific Ocean. It's a very, very salty smelling fragrance. It definitely would put you in the mood or in the headspace of being by a large body of water. Performance-wise is where I've always struggled. I don't think it's poor, but it's always, to me, kind of been like a 4 to 5 hour fragrance. But smell-wise, it's a great smelling fragrance. It definitely puts you in the mind or headspace of being on vacation. And I don't really have anything that's exactly like this. You know, I don't see ambergris listed as a no, but I really believe ambergris is a part of this fragrance. Get a sample, see what you think, but I think that this is definitely a vacation worthy fragrance and one I'm recommending for you guys. So again, from the house of Matriarch, this is Albatross. I've got two from the house of Maya Angelou to kind of close this thing out. The first fragrance is called Tropica. And the fragrance kind of is what the name suggests. It's a tropical fragrance where you kind of got the classic or traditional, like, you know, vanilla, coconut, suntan lotion type vibe. However, it's done very delicately. It doesn't shout. It's not to smack you in the face. You know what I mean? Suntan lotion type smell. It's very refined the way they put this together. And, you know, it smells of quality. And this would definitely be one I think that you can slip on. It's unisex. You can slip on when you're going out, you and your girl, you know, looking to just have a really great time, and you both would enjoy it. And I don't hear enough people talk about this house, and they actually do some really nice fragrances. So one for you guys to, you know, consider in the house of Maya Angelou. This is Tropica. And I'm going to end it with a fragrance that I think it's an all-purpose fragrance, one that could actually be a signature scent. But, you know, you've kind of got to get to your destination. And I think that the fragrance you wear as you're going to wherever you're going is very important to kind of get you in the right mood or have you in the right headspace. I'm going to recommend Les Fleurs by Maya Angelou. And what this is basically is it's a kind of like woody, musky, floral fragrance that's very, very simple, right? Got a little bit of powderiness, but nothing crazy, just enough to make it interesting. But it's just a simple, classy, like elevated fragrance that kind of like as your body temperature goes up, the fragrance pushes out. Now, I know that happens with a lot of fragrances, but with some fragrances, when that happens, the fragrance begins to like break apart. That doesn't happen with this fragrance. I mean, it definitely has some ambroxan in the base, but I really think that this is a classy, feel good, get you in the right headspace to go and have a great vacation. So when you're traveling, to the airport, you're going through TSA, getting checked, you're waiting to board the plane, getting on the plane. This is a great smell to have versus some people that you encounter on the plane that smell like they just rolled out of bed and never showered or did anything. This will have you in the right headspace and send you on your way the right way. All right, so those are the fragrances that I'm recommending for vacation. Comment below, let me know if you've tried any of these. Let me know some of the fragrances that you would recommend for vacation. Guys, thank you so much for checking out another video. I will see you guys soon. Stay safe, take care, peace.